Well, hello again. This is Prashonda Thornton, the Dietitian Against Diets podcast show with the Play to Win series edition. These are 10-minute quick snippets from my book where I'm talking about how we overcome some of the obstacles that we face when it comes to our journey with nutrition. So, as I'm getting started and going into this, speaking of nutrition, I'm going to talk about a particular company that I'm very fond of and actually is a part of making sure that this podcast is able to come to you. An organization called Midwest Dairy Council has a campaign out called Undeniably Dairy. And the reason why what that Undeniably Dairy mean is there is sustainability in all of their practices from their from how they're feeding the cows to their cow care to how they're going through the regulations and make sure that all their products are safe, and also all the way out to where it's transported to those particular factories that make dairy products. And when it comes to the dairy products, I hope that you guys understand the importance of dairy and the amount of nutrients that you get out of dairy. Just in 1/8 glass ounce, you're getting 9 essential nutrients. We all know protein is one, great for building our muscles and muscle repair. But did you know that you get phosphorus, calcium, vitamin D, vitamin A, and B12 in it as well? So, for your kiddos and for yourself, if you want to get a quick shot of good nutrients at one time, grabbing a glass of milk, grabbing some Greek yogurt, some cottage cheese, or some other dairy form will ensure that you get those nutrients. Go to their website at dairygood.org and you will get some stories that help you to connect to what's going on behind the scenes when it comes to the farmers. They have some really great recipes on there as well. And if you feel a little geeky, go in there and they will pull up some research, evidence-based information to kind of help you feel secure in your choices with dairy. Go to the Instagram account it's called Dairy Good, Undeniably Dairy, and follow them on Facebook. So here we are going into our Play to Win series. Change. You know how change happens? It's a lot of components of how change can happen is by your level of confidence. And what I mean by that is a lot of times when we're making that choice to start incorporating a healthy lifestyle, we make the choice, but I don't think sometimes we really get there to where we feel like we have been successful in it. And a lot of times we don't feel successful or we don't feel like we get there because we don't really know where to start. How many times have you just jumped into a program not knowing, how long, just jumping into a program, people don't know where to go to find the best help. People don't know who to believe because there's so much knowledge out there and so much information out there to where it just kind of gets you all jumbled up. So what happens that you freeze up or you do nothing, and you live in this area, in this space where your knowledge is limited. You don't really know like what's best for you. So when your knowledge is limited, you don't move forward. In our society, we depend on programs. We depend on systems to tell us, what to eat, how to lose weight. But the question is, are we being taught what to do? Are we being taught what works best for our body? Are we just following some sort of system that promises that we're going to see the results that we want to see? You know how many times I had people come up to me as a dietitian and just tell me what to eat. I follow directions well, and I do whatever you say. And when I hear that, it makes me pause. It makes me stop because that's not the type of service that I want to give to someone. Because if you only depend on what I say, then you're only limited to my commands. You have not learned enough for yourself to be confident enough to learn how to make this a part of your life for the long run. And so when you do understand how to build that confidence and that knowledge, sometimes we don't want to learn, we don't want to know, and I get why, because it creates an overwhelming feeling. You just want to throw your hands up. It's too much, especially given all the other things that we're tasked with in our lives. Sometimes it's just easy to push that easy button and just kind of close your eyes and just push forward. But my question to you is, how many times have that actually been successful? And I'm sure that you can tell me most of the time it isn't, because it's just going to take time for you to learn how and what works for you. Until you start learning, you cannot build that confidence to create the foundation to be able to do this for the long run. And the only way you're going to see success is not just losing, 30 pounds in 2 months. Success is losing 30 pounds that year you lose it, and still have it off the next year, still have it off 5 years from now, still have it off 10 years from now. That's my idea of success. But in order for that to happen, it means you're going to have to step back and learn the A's and B's, learn the simple things first and building on that when it comes to nutrition. And as you're learning and you're building, that's where the confidence is starting to happen. And that's what you want to have in your life for sustainability and long-term changes. So what does that mean? That means putting in time and effort. Don't go beyond just counting calories, counting macros, counting percentages. Go beyond just the process of doing it, but actually know what it means. Know what it means to when you're deciding to, have a certain food choice and not discount it because it has too many calories in it. It doesn't have anything to do with calories. It has things to do with what's in the food that's creating the calories. So just to give an example, we're taught, hey, I'm going to count how many calories are in a given meal. So let's just use, for example, we may have been told, instead of choosing whole eggs, do egg whites, right? And so we're going to do egg whites because that's what we heard. That's going to help you to lose weight. That's what we heard, that, it's going to lower your cholesterol by having the fat out from the yolk part. And you may follow it, but you will only follow it for a short time because you really don't understand why, you should or shouldn't have, whole eggs or egg whites. Start looking at it as, bring it in. If you want to bring in a whole egg white, yes, you're taking out a lot of nutrients, but you can also refill it, by adding, vegetables in or adding, some other lean meat into the mix. But if you knew that, you are making these choices as far as choosing not to have the egg white or having a whole egg, if you understood, okay, I'm doing this because I may want to lessen the cholesterol and may want to infuse more protein and may want to infuse more vegetables, then that's why I'm choosing to make an egg white omelet. Not because it has 150 less calories. But guess what? If you didn't know that part, you wouldn't move forward. But now that you may have that type of knowledge, every single morning or every single time you're creating eggs, you know why you're creating, you know what's in it. So you're choosing to do it now. So that's the difference between just being told to have something and actually knowing why and having an education to know what's in certain foods. You look at it, you look at that particular food totally different. I tell people all the time, I never count calories. I just make every calorie count. And what that means, everything that I put in my body, I make sure it's a nutrient. So if it is a calorie, it's going to mean something. It's going to mean something to my health, to my well-being. I'm not just bringing in calories because I need to meet some sort of number quota in a given day. So when you are subjected to just following the system or are subjected to just following the plan, failure is going to happen. And think about failure, when you think about failure happens when you don't start in the beginning. You cannot just start in the middle and just be successful. You have to back it up and start from the beginning. And that's how you're going to create that foundation to be successful in whatever your journey is when it comes to your health. So let's talk about how we can incorporate this thought process and turn it into action. As I said a few minutes ago, it's all about taking measured steps. Nothing is rushed. You have to build and you learn. You take another step and you learn. You take another step and you learn. No one learns by sprinting to the end. You'll change physically, but you have not equipped yourself with the knowledge to keep your body there. And that's important. If you don't incorporate that, we did this for nothing. So to consider, taking each step that will allow this transition approach to happen. So I call this a transition approach because whenever you make change, it takes time. It's a process. You don't just change overnight. You want to transition. So transition could mean not taking something completely away, but adding something to your foods. And as you're adding something that's more beneficial, more healthier for you, Then you start slowly taking some of the other things that may not be as healthy for you off your plate. A quick, easy example is like breakfast. Let's say you have your scrambled eggs, your bacon, and your biscuits, right? A good Southern country breakfast. Let's say you keep your eggs and your bacon, and then you swap the biscuit for a bowl of fruit. What you've done is you brought in fruit, you brought in nutrients and fiber, and you took away an extra food group that just may not be one of the healthier choices. But you still have your eggs and you still have your bacon. Okay? Let's say a couple of weeks later, you incorporate veggies in your eggs. Keep the bacon, keep the eggs, and you got your fruit. We didn't take anything away. We just added some vegetables to it, right? We made it healthier. We enhanced it. Okay, let's fast forward. The next 2 weeks, start, swapping your bacon for maybe another protein source that's not as fatty, right? So now we just swap the bacon for another protein source that's leaner. We still have our eggs with veggies in it, and we have our fruit. So what you find is you slowly have transitioned your foods to where you haven't really just took away all the things that you enjoy. You just made modifications as you go. And that type of change is what can create more of a sustainable way of living. And you'll see the byproduct is that you lose the weight, that the weight comes off. So understanding that as you're doing that, your confidence is also going to increase. And when you become more confident in knowing why you're choosing certain foods, you're not just making a choice because someone just told you to do it. You understand how it benefits your health, your body. You are going to be able to make more change, more in a more sustainable way. So just remember, when it comes to change, you got to bring in that confidence. And confidence can only come from just having the knowledge piece. So that means, guess what? You can't push the easy button. Take the time, learn what's best for your body. Build that confidence, know why you're choosing and why you're not choosing, and then change will happen. So I hope that was some nuggets to take with you. Apply some of that transitional approaches to one of your meals. Figure out what works for you, because this is your nutrition journey. The only way you're going to get there is if you take steps that allow you to move at your pace, and along your pace, grow and change to get to where you want to be at the end of the day. As we're closing up, speaking of the end of the day, I could definitely use a good massage. Been doing a lot of extra working out as far as running over the last couple of weeks. And I'm getting really, really sore in my hip area and even just kind of the lower back area. And there's a particular boutique massage place that I cannot wait to go to as soon as we were able to kind of go to some of those fun places we used to, called Precision Massage. What I like about Precision Massage is that they're not just a regular massage parlor. They are all about targeted release, targeted approaches with your muscles. They have a neuromuscular technique where they are able to recognize what areas are causing the pain, because a lot of times the pain is not in your back. It can be in your hamstring somewhere. It can be in another location. But until you know exactly what's causing the pain, it cannot be rectified. So that's what they're known for. They do targeted pain, which makes it more efficient in your pain solution. And they also are a great company that can fill in the gap from having, physical therapy to, being back out and doing the things that you want to do. It's for untraditional people that may not be able to afford, some of their insurance may have run out. This is the great gap in between that will allow you to get yourself back into your regular you and feel good about your body. And they're also really good at helping you with preventive practices so that you don't find yourself back into the same situation. They're here in St. Louis. Find out more about Beth Maddox. She is the owner. Go to their website at www.com, precision-massage.com, and learn about their services. Right now, take advantage and grab as many gift cards as you can, not just for yourself, but for your loved ones, so they can get some of that good care. Precision Massage, where massage is not a luxury, but a necessity. Hope you guys have a great week. And I'll see you guys next week with another edition of the Play to Win series. Talk soon.